Warning: this is a comedy satire show. Nothing that we say here should be taken seriously. This show is filmed for entertainment purposes only. By continuing to listen or watch, you consent and understand what's about to happen. Enjoy the show.
Should comedians have ultimate/absolute freedom of speech? Woo! Welcome back, everybody, to the Mike Yanek Show. Pew, 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 pew. Part number 1, debate club. In the next 20 minutes, we're going to be debating and discussing should comedians have absolute freedom of speech. With this week, no, it's not a guest, it's an expert on the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sam Serrano. Yes, Sam, let's go. Should comedians have absolute freedom of speech? Let's go, baby.
Yes, next question.
Good. Put the mic next to you, a bit closer. Let's go,
do we
man.
need it closer? There
Yes,
we go.
tell me why. If they say yes, because I know you're a dangerous man. You should have no speech. Not only freedom of speech, no speech for you.
I mean, if I have no speech, this is going to be a shit podcast.
This is going to be the best podcast ever. It's going to be a solo episode. Everybody's going to love it. I don't mean about this episode particular. I mean overall, because you crazy boy, you wild, man. That's why we have you here about this topic.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, I think everyone, no topic is off limits. If you say comedians can't joke about this, then like you're not giving comedians the benefit of the doubt that they might make like a progressive joke about it. Or like if you say, oh, you can't make jokes about rape. Like,
don't forget this is a comedy show.
Right.
Okay, 2 minutes and fucking hell gonna be bleeping stuff out. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
but then Hannah Gatsby does rape jokes in the net. So you're like,
ta-da!
so you say you can't joke about it, but then it's okay with you. So I think when you say, like, okay, here's my thing. Dickheads shouldn't have freedom of speech. If you're an
Who
absolute
determines who is a dickhead?
me,
No, you're the worst judge ever. Can you imagine if Sam Serrano fucking determined everybody?
No, like-
Jesus, man.
yeah, I think we do have freedom of speech, don't we?
I don't know.
Andrew Tate doesn't.
Yeah,
who is
He
that?
still says shit. He still says whatever he wants. Like Andrew Tate's an interesting one because with Andrew Tate's different to other comedians because Andrew Tate's not a comedian.
Is he not?
Andrew Tate is a.
Have you heard some of the stuff he says? There's not a chance. Who is that guy?
No, he believes it.
Who is that guy? I've heard the name. Who is that guy?
He's mental. Was he a boxer?
He was a world champion kickboxer.
World champion kickboxer.
Multi-millionaire chess player, and now he's an influencer.
Nice. Hold on. The question is, because I've heard the name, I don't know, because he's all over the internet, but I refuse to click on it, like Kim Kardashian. He's everywhere. I refuse to give the clicks to that fake ass,
Just
okay?
like you refuse to get TikTok.
But eventually, TikTok /Mike Yanek, TikTok.com /Mike Yanek.
You
I'm
on
over
TikTok
there.
now?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yes,
I have a little
man.
crop top. I'm doing the dances, everything. My nipples out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Hey, we gotta be modern with the time. This is where the attention is. Anyway, I refuse to click, but I heard the name. My question is: does he sell something?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's he selling?
He sells like an online course.
Oh, it's the pyramid scheme.
It's pyramid
okay, so
scheme.
it's a character. That's it. Because if you sell something, just like Donald Trump selling fucking hats, just like Ben Shapiro selling, I don't know, whatever the fuck he's selling, financial advice or whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah.
It's a character. That's it. If you're selling something, you just wait when we start merch on this podcast. Then I'll be like, oh, you just wait, bro. You haven't seen anything yet, Jacob. I'm going to be pandering to people. I'll be like, you're amazing. You're great. Get that mug, with my face on a fucking teacup or whatever.
That's not right. This is how.
And that's real freedom of speech, baby.
Andrew Tate's an interesting one. So Andrew Tate
I genuinely
was
don't
on
know who
he was getting interviewed by Piers Morgan.
Oh, great. Oh, I saw
and he
that
made
one.
Piers Morgan look good.
Jesus Christ.
That's how much of a cunt Andrew Tate is.
Okay.
Yeah, he says things like people will only respect women if they tattoo their body count onto their foreheads.
No, he said all of society's problems would be gone if women tattooed their body count on their foreheads. That's the exact quote.
So hold on.
You'd have to change it after.
Hold on.
Another one night stand, another tally.
Like a tally.
like a prisoner's wall.
I'm sorry, but that's fucking hilarious. That's better than half of the jokes
Yeah, but
that
he
we
believes
have on
it.
the circuit right
I'm
now.
sure he believes it.
No, of course he doesn't believe it. Who
No,
the fuck?
he's like
dude, come
he's
on.
mentally unwell.
Dude, That is fucking hilarious. So that's what I'm telling you. It's a bro. It's like Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a fucking character. He doesn't believe that the frogs are fucking gay going on the gay parade on the floats. You know what I'm saying? It's a character, but he sells shit. Anybody who sells shit, it's a character.
Yeah, but it's not a comedian. So with comedy,
that was fucking. That you told me that's fucking. Listen, I'm not defending the guy.
The whole context,
but I'm telling
comedy,
you that is fucking hilarious. That statement is fucking hilarious.
But it's funny because we know it's wrong. So if he went on stage and said that, if it was like Bill Burr had that as a bit,
that's hilarious.
With the whole context of comedy and being like, oh, I'm playing with ideas. He's just saying this in someone's house. Like there's no the context of comedy is all gone. So within the context of comedy, comedians should 100% have freedom of speech because you should have, because if you know what, if I do a joke which is offensive, no one laughs. You know what I do with that joke?
That's called
I never say it again.
That's called a some Serrano gig. I'm joking.
Yeah, like there's no comedian in the world who does an offensive bit that no one laughs at, and they go, "I'm just gonna keep that in."
Yeah,
like every comic, like it's why it blows my mind when people go, "Oh, jokes are hate speech," and you're like, if you think a joke is hate speech, then you have to get them like confusion works both ways. So you have to then think hate speech is fucking hilarious. Like you have to leave a comedy show going, that joke's hate speech, and see people beating up a black guy going, that should be on Live with the Apollo.
Jesus Christ. Go into a clown rally and be like, that guy smashed him, bro. Fucking half an hour. Never heard jokes like that since the 50s. I love it, man. Amazing.
These are prop comics with the torches.
Prop comics. Oh my God. Hey, listen, man.
I would rather watch the Ku Klux Klan than a prop comic. There we go. They should all have freedom of speech. You shouldn't have freedom of a fucking toy chicken that you've got a joke about. Fuck off.
No, I like Carrot Top. I'll be honest with you. See, that's the most controversial things I said on this podcast. I actually like Carrot Top. I think he's fucking hilarious. I mean, I like a lot of stuff, dude. Like, I have horrible taste in many stuff. Yeah, Carrot Top is not bad. I enjoy him. Yeah. I enjoy it. I genuinely do.
You see, I thought of a joke.
Go on.
I knew it was going to be awful, so I didn't say it. And that's why comedians we censor ourselves in our heads because we know when something will be offensive.
Not me. I say it all the time. Half of the shit bombs on this podcast. They say, just go. I go for it, bro. You know? Go on.
No. People at home will probably know what I was going to say when I thought of a joke and I thought, if I say this, it'll probably upset Mike.
We don't do edits, but
yeah.
We might have to say it, and if it's too crazy, we'll jump cut, and they can see on Patreon.com/Mike. See, that's it. We're selling shit, bro. Listen, isn't Andrew Tate the guy who got banned from all the social media, right?
Yeah, that was like the best thing that ever happened to him.
Well, listen, that's the best thing that happened for me because there's a void of somebody saying outrageous, sexist shit dressed in a funky, crazy way and being slightly foreign or whatever. So that's the void I'm gonna fill in. Andrew Tate, you're gone, but now it's me. It's Mike Yanek, baby. We're gonna listen, bro. I'm fucking tired of working. I'm tired of having an actual job. Okay? If I have to say the women need to tattoo their foreheads in order for society to have world peace, let's do it, bro. I'll sling those fucking t-shirts and stickers or whatever. I don't care.
What was the other thing he said?
He said many things.
18-year-old women are more attractive than 25-year-old women because 25-year-old women have been slags for longer.
Oh, I think I saw that on Piers Morgan or something.
Like it's funny, but only because I'm like, that's the most horrific thing to say. But there are people who agree with him.
Is that the type of stuff he says then?
Yeah.
But so do you think?
So I think if you went on stage with that as a premise and worked out in a comedy club, it could work. But
I think, yeah.
Because the context is completely different. So yeah, because comedians, it's not our fucking opinion. Most of the time.
He only dates young girls because then he can more easily leave his mark on them.
Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh, that's bad, yeah.
Older girls.
Read some more. Come on, fuck it.
Let's react to
let's do an Andrew Tate special. Fuck this freedom of speech. Who gives a shit?
He said he moved to Romania because he can more easily get away with rape.
Oh, no, okay.
Let's talk about the Andrew Tate stuff.
Nah, fuck that, man.
I take back when I said it was funny.
Yeah.
Wait, can you do that in Romania?
Well, he basically said that you have to provide less evidence, more evidence in Romania than in the States if you rape someone. That's what he said. He implied that it's easy to get away with rape.
In Romania, really? Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know.
then
I've never done stuff like that in Romania. It's a comedy podcast. You gotta have a joke here and there, for fuck's sakes. Come on, some sort of hangover bastard. Read some more. Come on, fuck it.
What do you mean read? These are all off the top of my head.
No. Can you pull some? Really?
Jacob's a fan.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm telling you right now, if we put Andrew Tate in this episode, it will get like flagged.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, just don't name him.
We're not gonna talk about.
If you
him.
like Google like Andrew Tate quote.
You talk about him, but we just can't play his videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, we can't play
course,
the
of
video.
course not
Yeah,
gonna
because
play
like
the video.
this is the thing, like people mention, or, like they'll play like the sounds of him, and the videos get taken down.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about freedom of speech? Do you think he has the right to say the crazy stuff he says?
Yeah. Yeah, but then I have the right to think he's a cunt for saying it.
Yeah, that's
Do you
because
know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
know. I only heard the name, but I didn't know the. But that thing with the forehead is funny. But the other thing is just like, oh, dude, come on now, fucking. Even we have a line at the Mike show. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hell, man, we cross it like the way he crosses border to do some stuff in Romania. You know what I'm saying? There's a line, bro. I mean, come on, fuck's sakes. Jesus Christ, man. Relax, chess player. Jesus, man.
You know what? It's not okay to get away with in Romania. Prop comedy.
Yes, we're back at prop comedy. Oh,
I always think this. Like, I always think it's pointless canceling comedians because you're like, they will in the end cancel themselves. Have you heard of a guy called Jim Davidson?
I think
In like the 80s, he was one of the biggest comics.
I think
he now does like little sports clubs. He does like he doesn't sell many tickets now.
I think
but
I
it's
know who
because
he is.
people don't find him funny anymore.
I think I know who he is.
So like a few years ago, like that's 5 or 6 years ago, I reckon there's
Can you
someone
pull up a picture? Yeah,
went
Jim.
on stage.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I've
Jim
seen this guy.
Davidson.
I've seen this guy.
So like if he went on stage a few years ago and did like a Chinese accent, it
He
would
does
get an
Chinese
applause.
accent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But a few years ago, that was like groundbreaking and amazing.
Oh my god, a white guy can do a Chinese accent. Fuck it.
Are we all forgetting like Little Britain was a thing?
Wow.
Yeah, Little Britain was one of the biggest
if he
TV
does
shows.
Chinese accent. Oh, can you minimize the clock, Jacob? That's scary.
You didn't notice for the first 10 minutes.
I noticed a minute 11. This episode is all over the gap, bro. We're talking about Andrew Tate, about racist comedians. What's happening over here?
That's actually Mike's mum's body count. She got a tattoo.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Fucking finally getting some jokes in there. Let's go, man. So Jim Davidson, we can have him on the podcast if he does accents and stuff, because I like to do accents as well, you know?
I mean, I'd never do an offensive accent.
So can you imagine me and him talking in a very racist Chinese accent for half an hour? And that was the whole episode.
Wait, have I
We
told
talk
you?
between each other.
You know on the last episode I did with you, when I like opened the episode pretending to be you. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I opened it going, hello, I'm Mike Yanek.
That was
Like, I did
hilarious.
that.
That was amazing.
I got a message on Instagram from someone, and they went, the fact that you two comedians put on ridiculous foreign accents is offensive. I was like, that's just Mike's voice.
Some people still believe I'm like from fucking Bolton or whatever, you know? They don't believe people think it's an accent, it's a character or something, you know? How fucking crazy is that?
You are Andrew Tate.
Yep, I thought, bro, there's a void and I'm gonna fill it in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, there's a big market.
Only fill it in Romania.
I'm gonna fill in like half of it. Only in Bulgaria as well, because that's my neck of the woods.
Anyway, so yeah, Jim Davidson used to go on stage and do Chinese accents, and everyone laughed.
Amazing.
And now people are like, ugh. So he's cancelled himself. To be fair, with those glasses, you two look quite Chinese.
Oh my god.
Is that are you Jim Davidson? 10 years ago.
I am Jim Davidson, illegal son from a Chinese woman, yeah. I'm half Chinese, half Jim Davidson.
I had I saw a comedian have an amazing time with freedom of speech recently. Not recently, it was a few.
Amazing time with freedom of
It
speech.
was so funny. He was on stage, and this one woman was hating him. This guy was emceeing, right, comparing. The woman hated him, and you could tell she was like complaining, like she was fuming. And then he said something like, this one woman on front row was like a bit boring, but he kept going back to her and like talking to her, and he was like, oh, I don't know why I keep talking to you, like you're not going anywhere, it's like eczema, I just can't stop scratching it. And this woman stood up and went, my kids have crippling eczema.
Oh, Jesus, fuck
She
off.
left, and he was like, how bad is the eczema that it's crippling? And he asked the people that were with her, and he went, how bad's the eczema that it's crippling? And they went, oh, she doesn't actually have kids, she just wanted to fume at you.
I hate when people do that, you know.
Yeah.
Damn,
the like the amount of times like people try and be progressive and they fuck it up. It's so good.
Yeah.
My favorite one, there was there's a venue and a comedian was doing a South African accent on stage.
Okay.
And this other comedian went to the owner and went, "Are you gonna let him do that? That's awful." Like the bouncer, he's black, he's from Africa. His name, what if Brian, the barman, saw that? What if Brian saw that? Like, they'd be offended. And the owner went, "That's not Brian, it's a different one." And she called the black guys mixed up. And she just looked like the most racist person on earth.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, like the amount of time, like, because if you try and put yourself on like a higher, like above everyone else, then you only have to do a little bit to bring yourself straight back down and look like the most horrific person on earth.
And that's why we don't do any woke shit here on the Mike Yanek Show.
Exactly.
I offend everybody. So we have a list in the other room. By the way, Jacob says, "Oh, the other room is storage." No, it's all the fucking horrible things we said on the podcast. We have on the wall. We've written down all the statements. We have a counter of all the countries. We have a world map.
Yeah.
All the people that we offended from each country, because we made fun of probably 20 to 25 countries by now. And by the way, we don't only go for the easy joke, which is all white people, bro. We make fun of non-white people as well, which is fucking... Try to make fun of Indian names with you, Liam Tuffy, fucking the whitest fellow on the planet, and me. We take shots at everybody. Last time we talked about Indonesian names. Remember those crazy names from Indonesia? And they go to school. Whatever the fuck. So we take shots at everybody, bro. This is not low-hanging fruit. What the fuck is this? Oh, white people so silly. Ha ha ha. Go to Indonesia. There's a guy called Andy. Go to fucking school. What the fuck are you talking about? Talk about
and on that topic, this is why I don't like the Jews. I'm joking.
This for the Patreon, bro. You know how we do it. So listen, they get the free shit. They don't pay anything. Patreon.com/Mike Yanek. £1 a month. We hold the rallies there. You have 1 minute to wrap up this segment. So let's dig out of ourselves from this.
Comedians should have freedom of speech because we should always be given the benefit of the doubt that we're taking the piss or joking and that we're nice people.
Yeah. We put a disclaimer, by the way, on this on every episode from since we started the new format, and telling people that this is a comedy satire show. Like, you need to understand that anything we say here should not be taken seriously. Yeah. This is not educational. This is not facts.
If you can look at Mike Yanek and take him seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you doing with your life? You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I doing with my life? You know what I'm saying? Fucking look at me, bro. So that's it. And also says, if you continue to watch or listen, you consent and you understand what's happening here. Because I hate when somebody goes to a comedy show and then they go out and be like, "Oh, well, this guy was trying to be funny," or whatever the fuck offended me. Well, listen, you are there, you consented, you understand what's going to happen. Same is here. You know what I'm saying?
There are comedy clubs now which have an email that says sometimes the comics will say things you don't agree with. But shouldn't that just be a given? Well, no, because there are comics who go on and try and just pander to the crowd.
Yeah.
Just get applause.
We never pander. We just go, we pound. We do a lot of pounding at the Mike Yanek Show, but we never pound. How's it called? Pandering. I don't even know the word. You see? That's how little I pander. I don't even know the word.
Since time when comics go on and go, "Boris Johnson's not a very good person," the applause break. Because people agree with them. Yeah, I'd much rather watch someone go on and go, "This is why Boris Johnson's a great guy," even though they don't believe it. It's much more fun to toy with that idea.
Big dick energy. That's what I have to say about Boris Johnson. He looks like he has a big dick the way he carries himself. Horrible at politics, but probably packs some heat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Okay,
have you seen how many kids he's got?
Probably a lot. We need to wrap up. I told you we're sticking to the time. Now, listen. First part, don't get scared. We have 20 more minutes to get a sexy boy.
Yeah, boy.
Then some Patreon. Now, Jacob, your verdict. What do you think? Do you think comedians should have absolute freedom of speech?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Jacob was just like, yeah, fuck it. All right, so listen. Okay, we did great. Now, first part is wrapped up. We got to do part number 2. Part number 2 is called You Get a Segment. Now, listen. It's very simple. I give you 4 segments that you can choose from. I told you the segments off camera. Once you make your selection, I explain to the audience and we crack on. Now, this week you have 4 segments to choose from. Patreon fan questions. That's some good shit.
Is that a new one?
yeah. Stupid beliefs or Night Out from Hell.
Night Out from Hell.
Sam Serrano, what do you want to play this week?
Night Out from Hell.
This is Night Out from Hell. It's very simple. Pretty much just tell us a story about a horrendous night out.
Well,
go on.
If you can't already tell, I'm very hungover today.
Yeah, that's why this episode sucks, bro.
No, this is why this episode's fantastic. But right, I'm actually being because I knew that you wanted me to tell a story about a night out from hell, and I'd not had a night out for ages. So I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on a night out and be professional."
No, I gave you 4 segments, and you can choose the one
but
that you want.
that was the one that meant I could drink loads.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, go on.
So yesterday in the afternoon, I recorded a radio show, and it was the final episode. And they were like, "Hey, final episode, let's all have champagne." And I was like, "All right." So I had too much. This was like 4 p.m. So that's when I started drinking. And then I was going to see a concert with my mate. So we got the train to Liverpool. I had alcohol on the train, which I didn't know you were like. I thought that was illegal.
It's England, bro.
It's so good. It's
fine.
But I now found, because I was like, this is really strong stuff. And then I had a look, and it was meant to be, you meant to get a mixer with it. So I was just having, it was meant to make like 4 gin and tonics, but I was just having just the gin bit. So that was a bad decision. Got to the gig with my mate Ryan, and he was like, look, I don't know if these tickets are real, because I got them on like via GoGo.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these are going to be fake. And they scanned the tickets, and it came up saying tickets invalid. And they went, oh, sorry, this machine's been playing up all day. Go in.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
How much were the tickets?
He paid 75 quid.
Is that a lot or
No, the tickets face value was 15.
15?
Yeah.
What?
Face value
Why
was
so much?
15 quid. But they can sell them on for as much as they want because the gig was sold out.
Okay.
So then we go in, we go to the bar, and we're like, let's just order as much now so we don't have to keep coming in and out during the concert. So we go to the bar, and I'm like, can I have 4 cans of Strongbow? And then Ryan wanted 4 pints of lager. And they had the lager like on a tap, but the barrel was empty. So she gave me my 4 Strongbow, and then was like, you got to wait 2 minutes for the beer. And I was like, yeah, fine. So she poured the beer. When it, like, we waited a few minutes, poured the beer, and she gave it to us. And then we waited another 5 minutes for her to come over with the card machine, and she was just serving other people. So we were like, well, she's not doing her job. This isn't on us. And we walked away with 3 drinks.
What? Jesus, man. Fucking lucky.
So-
Where is this story going? Jesus
We went
Christ,
away
man.
with 3 drinks. We downed them. Concert was great. We got more drinks just given to us. People were like, oh, we don't want these anymore. And I was like, I'll have them. So I was very, very drunk. I'll show you. I'll show you the start of the concert compared to the end of it.
We can see if later on
Which-
you send them to Jacob, maybe in
If
post-pro.
you WhatsApp them to me or airdrop them to me, I can put them on screen for the viewer.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
will
go
do
on.
that.
Okay, go on.
I don't have Wi-Fi right now, but I will send them your way. So that's me at the start of the concert. That's me at the end.
Yeah, he'll put him up. Don't worry.
It
about
was you might need to blur the nipples.
There's gonna be a lot of blurring this episode, a lot of censoring, bro. It's like that's the least of your issues, your fucking pasty nipples. You know what I'm saying? That's the least of your fucking. I don't even know if this episode can go out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hell.
So
go
we
on.
did that. And then like, because I drank loads, I was like, I am going to be sick. So I ran as fast as I could to the toilet. Ran into the toilet and just started throwing up. And then someone fucking knocked on the door of the toilet. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I went, is everything all right? And he was there. And I just heard him through the door go, did we see you at hot water? And I was like, I'm a bit busy right now. I'm spewing my fucking guts up. So
Did you plug your Instagram, by the way?
Oh,
midway?
yeah. I took a photo with him. Well, no, I didn't. Because I went, oh, wait 1 sec, I'll be out in a second. And he went, all right, yeah, I'll wait. And was in there for like a minute, walked out, and he'd fucked off.
Oh,
So I was like, wasn't that
ungrateful.
real
Yeah,
a fan?
I was not the biggest, quote unquote, the biggest fan.
No,
Couldn't
definitely
even
not.
wait for you for a minute.
I know,
to
just
fucking
what I
vomit.
was very clearly...
If you're watching the Mike Yanek show, you should be ashamed of yourself, by the
Be
way.
ashamed of yourself.
Do
Let
subscribe.
me be a pisshead in public.
Yeah, do subscribe, but then be ashamed of yourself. Go on.
So yeah, we did that. And then, do you know Lobster Pot in town?
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, I love it.
The last few times I ate there was shit.
When I'm drunk... Oh, yeah, it's
mean,
awful.
yeah.
But when I'm drunk, I just want Lobster Pot.
Yeah.
So I walked out. I didn't have my top on for the whole of this. So we were walking out of the venue, screaming that Prince Andrew is an nonce. That was fun. Just like there was only like 2,000 of us just screaming that.
Oh my God.
So I was just shirtless walking around. For a while I was like, I can't find my t-shirt. I don't remember taking it off. And then I was like feeling my pants. And I was like, oh, it's down there. So it just looked like I had a massive dick.
Nice.
Because I just shoved. But then my t-shirt smelled of my balls, which isn't ideal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I went to Lobster Pot. In Lobster Pot, there's a sign and it says, we do not accept £50 notes. Who the fuck is spending 50 quid in Lobster Pot? What? It's £3.50 for a large rice curry and chips. What fat bastard?
Yeah.
Is trying to spend 50 quid in Lobster Pot. And I got kicked out of Lobster Pot because I tried to give the woman across the counter a hug and I told her that she was doing God's work.
What? Well, you were naked, right? Shirtless?
Yeah, while I was shirtless.
Yes, man.
And if this was in Romania,
you'll get away with it.
yeah. So the woman was like, "Please leave the premises," and I was like, "I'm not leaving without my rice curry and chips." So this is what she did. I stood outside, and then they just like brought it to the door and left it on the step for me.
Jesus,
You know the best thing, Mike? Hadn't paid.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
She just left it there and then walked off, and I was like, "Is this the second time I'm going to get something for free tonight?" So actually, that was a pretty boss night out. But then I got home.
So yeah, what is the nightmare? Because
Here's
far
the
you're winning.
nightmare.
You're just fucking bragging. You smashing it, bro.
Here's the nightmare.
And then I got home, got a blowjob, you know what I'm saying? They approved my loan, I have a new house.
The fact that I live with my mum and my nan is worrying that I went home and got a blowjob.
Yes, man.
But I got home. I hadn't realised I'd been throwing up on myself for the whole night.
Oh, here
I
we
just
go.
hadn't realised.
Here we go.
So it looked like I had a t-shirt on.
Oh. So it was all vomit.
All of it.
Oh, Jesus.
So no wonder that woman was like, please don't give me a hug.
Yeah, of course.
Then thank God that guy didn't take a photo with me. But then I was up at 5 a.m. because I'm on like a 0-hour contract. It's the first time I've only been pro in comedy for like 6 months to a year. So I'm still doing this 0-hour contract thing. So up at 5 a.m. for work and I had to clean toilets this morning.
Wow.
Mate, I was cleaning a toilet, throwing up into it, and then having to clean it again. And that is a fucking hellish night out.
Oh, God.
By the way, the guy that I went with, he had a great time. Because he was just watching me be mental.
Yeah.
That was the fun night out that I had.
It was not.
It was
wasn't
bust.
that much of a nightmare. Let's be fucking honest. Let's do another segment, lad. You have 10 minutes.
I was throwing up all over myself.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah, that's true. But you don't go out much, so it is what it is.
I need to check that photo to send it to you to make sure I don't have stick on
Yeah,
me.
sure, man.
in
We'll
that
do it.
photo.
Yeah, we'll do it after the podcast. Okay,
Beautiful.
you want to do one more segment then? Because we have 10
Let's
minutes.
do it.
So do you want to do Patreon fan questions?
Ooh, how many fan questions do we have?
Well, we have one. I mean, there's like a few, but there's one main one. And then it depends if we have more time. We can
Go
do some
on,
more.
Patreon.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Patreon fan questions.
Patreon fan
now,
questions.
if there's only one way you can submit a question or
How'd you do
talk
that,
to me
Mike?
anyway. Well, I'm so happy that you asked, Sam Serrano. Patreon.com/Mike Yanek. £1 a month, or you pay whatever you want because there's no tier system. We have 25 or maybe 30 bonus episodes by this point. A podcast I do with my missus, Rants and Story with Mrs., I think around 13 episodes, and a bunch of other shit. So if you want to submit a question, that is the only way you can do it. Now, we have a question from Jane Pickering. Thanks for
That
the
woman is holding the Northwest Comedy Circuit
she-
on her fucking shoulders.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Has anyone met her?
No?
No.
Nobody knows who she is.
No one's met her.
Nobody
but
knows
she's
who
a
she is.
fan of every podcast.
She is the
She
absolute-
watches everything.
Absolute best. She supports every Patreon.
Let's
she
do a
leaves-
standing ovation to Jane Pickering.
No, literally. Huh? Standing
give a standing
ovation.
ovation
Oh,
to Jane
okay,
Pickering.
let's do it. Let's-
Okay, yes,
Jane,
Jane
yes, Jane. Jacob as well.
That
Jacob.
woman.
That
I
woman.
love, like, because her profile picture, it looks like she was like born in like the 1940s.
Oh, you mean the profile picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like retro
No one
photo.
knows who she is. But
Nobody
she's
knows
at
who she
loads
is.
of gigs. Just no one has seen her.
Apparently she is. She watches every gig.
Yeah, she's messaged me before being like, oh, I loved you at Hot Water tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, who were you?
Yeah, where were you?
I'm
You
not
know?
getting stalked.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Jane Pickering's amazing.
I think she watches the live stream on Hot Water.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's where she watches it.
But like, right, Jane Pickering has done more for comedy than most comedians. 100%.
By far.
Definitely. What have you done for the comedy
Nothing.
industry?
I did this stupid show that
Jane
nobody watches
Pickering
except
is
Jane Pickering.
boosting all of our careers.
Nobody watches this show except her. If you see 100 clicks, that's her. She clicks 100 until it reaches 100, and then she's like, "I'm done. I'll go to the next podcast now, and the next, and the next." She's a massive fan, and nobody knows who she is. Nobody sees her. Everybody knows her name, but nobody knows who she is.
You should get Jane Pickering on the podcast.
Oh, that would be absolute the best.
my
Yeah,
God.
I don't think she will though.
What if Jane Pickering was the woman that kicked me out of Lobster Park?
Can you imagine? And every time you get heckled at a gig or something back from the distance in the darkness is
We
Jane
love Jane
Pickering.
Pickering.
And everything bad that happened to you in the stand-up circuit is her. She talks to all the promoters, don't book him. He's shit. He's this. He's that. Can you imagine? That'd be hilarious.
You know how you get like feedback from comedy clubs? Imagine if the feedback now was just, what does Jane Pickering... Does Jane Pickering follow you on Instagram? If so, you're not getting a Wednesday at Hot Water.
I thought that you mean feedback from the microphone when it's too close to the speaker, and that's Jane Pickering at the back just like touching buttons and shit like, I'll see you now, some Serrano. Okay, so she was very gracious.
How much does she pay a month?
An hour one, five.
Is she minted?
Probably,
She's on,
yeah. She's on every single...
She's on everyone's Patreon as well.
Yeah.
I fucking love Jane Pickering.
Yeah, she's great. Thank you for the support, Jane. If you want to come one day on the podcast, we'd be more than happy to have you. Okay.
Jane, go on Mike's podcast.
Come on the podcast, yeah, of course. Okay, listen to this. Right. So she says, "Dear Sam, can you please tell us a funny story about Adam Hughes?" So before we start, because we have people from America, from Australia, all over the gaff. They don't know who Adam Hughes is. Do you want to explain
It's
who
Jane
he is?
Pickering on a VPN.
Do you want to explain who Adam Hughes is before we start? And then you can tell a funny story. Just describe Adam Hughes.
He's me if I made all the wrong choices in life.
Oh my God.
No, Adam's amazing. He's a bit of a mental guy, would we say?
Yeah.
He's
He's a comedian.
He's about
Of course
2
he is.
years older than me.
Yeah.
A very loud scouse man.
Like he says, the godfather of open mic comedy.
Yeah,
in
he's the
Liverpool.
Don Corleone of
He
the open
is.
mic circuit.
Yeah, he is. He's a wild man. I'm still contemplating if should I get him here, but I'm afraid.
Do it.
I don't
no,
know.
you need to have him.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it because he's not going to follow the format. And I don't know if he's going to take this seriously, you know? So
Yeah, but
we'll see.
neither have I.
No, but the thing is, you're funny. No, you don't have to be serious.
Sorry, no, but the thing is, you're funny.
No,
You're saying
no.
Hughes isn't?
No, he is. But if he doesn't take it seriously, I think that he might be late. You know what I mean? He might not show up.
Oh, yeah, because
He
you
might-
were on time for the bus today, weren't you, Mike?
Yeah, but we're here on time. That's the most important thing. We have to be here on time. Okay,
Sam,
listen.
go to the bus stop at 5. Don't be late. 5 Mike
5
rocks
minutes.
up.
Go on. Tell us a funny
Anyway.
story. Come on, lad. I told you we're doing
He's
stuff,
exposing you.
we're doing
got-
stuff differently here. Come on. I don't have time for you to,
To be
complain
fair, he has
about
only
me.
got little legs.
Come on. Yeah, that's true. They're short, bro. What do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? Go on.
So, I had a message from Hughes. This was a couple of days ago. I had a message from Hughes going, Sam, has your comedy special come out yet? And I was like, yeah, man, it has. It's called Beautifully Unconventional. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. It's very good.
You can do the plugs at the end. Go to the
I'm
fucking
plugging it now as
punchlines
well.
in the story. Come on,
So
lad.
I sent him the clip because he was like, oh, I'm bored. I've got fuck all to do. So I just sent him the video. And he went, oh, I'm going to have to watch it later, mate. And I went, oh, no worries. And he went, yeah, apparently it's rude to be watching your comedy special while my missus is in labour.
Oh,
So she was
is
giving
it?
birth.
Really?
He was not he didn't have headphones. Like,
That'd
we
be
know
hilarious.
this.
Can
He was
you
trying to
imagine?
watch
Can you imagine?
while she was
You
trying to
screaming
give
about
birth.
gay jokes or whatever the fuck you talk about. And she just like,
And she's like, this is your daughter.
Mrs. Hughes or whatever, push. I mean, they're not married, probably. Let's be honest. Push. I'm joking.
There's also the fun one of my mum gave. This is the last time my mum doesn't want me doing comedy, and this is why. So she gave me and Adam were doing a gig in Rill, and my mum was giving
Okay.
us a lift home
Oh, wow, nice.
with Adam. So I got in the back, being like, I'll be polite, let Adam get in the front. And my mum just went, no, I don't want him too close to me.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
So I went in the front, Adam went in the back, and we were driving home, and Adam just went, I really appreciate this. Joanna, you giving me a lift home? And she went, no worries, mate, it's fine. And then he started rolling down the window, and Mum went, what's up? And he went, I need a piss. So mum just pulled over. She's like, "You'd have to get your dick out on the M62 to do a piss." Like, it's fine. Then we got to his house where he was having a party at the time.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
And he went, "Look, I can't give you any petrol money, but you want a line?" And my mum went, "No." Then he turned to me and went, "Sam." And my mum just went, "He doesn't want one either." And I just went, "How the fuck do you know?" And then he got out of the car.
Can you imagine just your mom be like, fucking lad, let's go for it. Just like, just fucking
Mum
line.
actually had a line.
And they're just like your mom just at the party, just like going fucking bananas. You're like, "Mom, get off the fucking table. Leave me alone. I used to be young fucking 47 years ago, Sam. Go fuck yourself." Go do your gay jokes at the club. Leave me alone. She's just dancing with all the fucking Scousers and Birkenhead or whatever the fuck he lives. Oh, that's amazing.
I love it. Adam Hughes is one of my favorite people. in the world.
Is there a quick one more Adam Hughes, or should we wrap up? Because we have 2 minutes. You need to do your plugs and stuff. Is there anything else? Oh, Adam,
I went to a concert.
He's funny.
I went to a concert with Adam.
Okay.
And the guy on stage, he was an American musician called Hobo Johnson. And he went, "Hey, it's nice to be here in Liverpool." And Adam Hughes went, "Don't fucking lie, lad." No, we went, "Well, what?" And he went, "You're from California and it's not good to be in Bootle."
That's perfect. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, returning guest. So listen, in this camera, you can plug whatever the fuck you want and let's get
Mike's dad's arsehole.
Follow my dad's asshole at mikesdadsasshole.com.
Follow Mike's dad's arsehole in Romania.
In Romania. You can get away with that in Romania.com. Here you go. That's the new website.
I have a comedy special out. Mike was in the audience for it, and quite often you can hear him laughing. Like, we used your laugh as an editing point on some bits. Where we were like, we were watching it back and like, "Where's Mike's laugh?" And then you just hear it go silent, and you going, "Ah, ah." And they're like, "There's Mike's laugh. Cut it." So yeah, go listen to see if you can spot Mike's laugh. It's really funny because it's all about how amazing my girlfriend is. Me and my girlfriend haven't been together for ages, so it's really sad. Because there's one bit. Did you spot it on stage? On the night, because I go, "Yeah, my girlfriend's great." No, she is. She's lovely. She's fantastic. And I just carry on with the show. But I very clearly was like, this is painful to do. So please go watch me relive a happy relationship live, which I'm no longer in, and I'm sad now.
Plug your Instagram.
Instagram, Serrano Comedian, which is SERRANO.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this, patreon.com/Mike Yanek, weekly bonus episode. Jane Pickering, I know you're going to see this.
Jane Pickering.
Yes, lad, let's go. Yeah, and plenty of bonus episodes.
I'm going to start a Jane Pickering appreciation podcast.
Oh, we can do it on how about Patreon? We have Patreon episode coming up for 20 minutes. We're going to talk about her. Okay, let me just finish this and we'll wrap up. And we'll see you next week. Subscribe, share, tell everybody. See ya. Bye.
In a bit.